Didn't realize the sound was off right there. But Black Justice, Almighty Knowledge, Long Island Justice. What's the deal out there? Those who know, know. The Day of Princes in full effect. You know, this particular year, I guess you could kind of say I got like a little bit extra appreciation. Because I had a conversation, right? And it was so uncannily similar to a lesson Prince had taught me back in the days. Uncannily similar. Like to the point, like how did you know that was gonna happen? Like, how did you know to tell? Like when he first told me to watch out for people like that, right? I was thinking that I probably wouldn't really encounter somebody like that. At that moment in time, I didn't really know people like that. But that's the thing about lessons. The bar was the deal. That's the thing. That's the thing about lessons. It's not restricted to a particular time in a particular place. Like the fact of something. That's restricted to the time and the place. If you a Yankees fan or a Mets fan, that's restricted to the time and place. There's people in other places that never heard of the Mets. There's people that exist in other times that never heard of, or when their time comes, they will never have heard of the Mets. That's restricted to just there. You see lessons that travels on throughout time. So see, we can have lessons where they talking about 2000 BC. 6,000 years ago. Just the fact of this person right here interacting with that person, that just happened. That's restricted to the island of Patmos 6,000 years ago. You see the principles of that interaction that we could get a lesson from. See, now that's timeless. That is timeless. Space and time. What's the signs for space and time? What say you on space and time? I mean, don't get me wrong. I know I just spoke on space and time, but I spoke on a great number of things, and you kind of picked out space and time. So that's why I asked you, like, is there particular signs that might have came to the forefront of your mind from my comments there? Because there's with space and time, there's some science there. That you might have tapped out, but you know, that's one of the things that I look at uh, in terms of evidence. Or you put something there, your existence at a particular moment, or it coordinates to your location. I mean, yeah, that applies. But see, what I'm talking about is Allah comes in His own good time. It's not just a particular moment. Like even when you say the particular moment, or uh, it coordinates to your location. The moment kind of doesn't exist without the space. Shalom, what's the science? See, like that's one of the things, like I was saying, that I look at as evidence of, me being the sole controller is that uh, you said that's peace, but what about the space in your mind? Okay, what space? What do you mean? Like, because uh, that could be some high science, or that could be an insult. So I don't know exactly which one. Like you saying that I have space in my mind where knowledge and wisdom should be, or are you talking about everything in the universe coming from ideas that I manifest? Uh, which which yeah, I don't know how to respond yet. Yeah, I'll wait there for you right now. But what do you mean by that when you say the space in my mind? See, because look, it's the day of Princes. And see that's one thing. Look, Shalaz's on here right now. He tell you, look, you walk in, right, and Prince will ask you some trick questions. Well, look, he's like, just in case, right? Just in case, uh, you know, more love. Space in my mind sounds a little suspect. Space kind of sounds empty. Maybe it's just me, right? That's what I'm saying. I don't know if he meant, because remember, but you gotta remember, boy, the more rays and everything. Like, see, when we used to say somebody spaced out, that meant they. I don't know if they still say somebody spaced out. It might not be. You said, so. How does space and time affect my understanding or mind if we exist in different spaces? How would this affect my understanding of everything I'm learning? Uh, well, you see how you on the internet right now doing the knowledge, right? Okay, the brothers in the 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s, and even early 2000s, this was impossible. Now don't get me wrong, the time and the space is not, just arbitrarily there. The time and the space is being created by the people. So see, that was, one of the things I thought you were saying, just in terms of, see, like when you deal with time and space, right? If something is a long distance or a short distance, right? That depends on you and your experience. Like, say for instance, right, in New York, it's walking 10 blocks is you know it's not something that you would say might be your favorite thing to do on the hottest day or something, right? But that's nothing. You know, like people in New York wouldn't get in a car to go 3 blocks for the most part. They're gonna be thinking, yo, I'm gonna lose my parking spot. You know what I'm saying? But in other places, that's unheard of. Certain things, we exist in a time right now, right, where we was talking about that, where, look, you could just buy 120. That has affected, the whole perception and the way that people apply to mathematics now. Even the way they apply themselves to it, because, it's not like back in the days when it was the elixir of life. Like, it was a time when we should speak and nobody knew what we were saying. We'd be in a cipher building and the people can't comprehend, like when we using terms like building. Like people, they knew the words. Like, yeah, I heard that word wisdom before, but not the way they using it. See, it's the same thing with time. You ever notice? And look, this was one of the this was one of the things sitting in the classroom that we went through. You know, I'm pretty sure with the science of the clock, right? But you ever notice that when you going someplace, right, it take a long time, but when you coming back, it always be quick. Like especially if you not the one driving, like if you know you in a car, you going somewhere. You ever notice that there's a difference in how long it takes or how long you perceive that it's taking to get somewhere if you know where you're going than if you don't know where you're going. If you don't know where you're going, it's like, yeah, man, see, this take forever, man. We done made 1,000 turns, man. Take me back. And see, you keep asking the other person, right? You asking the other person, yo, where we going? Yo, how we? And to the other person, you asking me every 10 fucking seconds. So, when you say space in your mind, right? That's what I thought you might be talking about. You know what I'm saying? Where you might be some one place and this person might have a big house. But then somebody might come there from a different place and say, yo, man, how you living? It's like a closet. So when you said space in your mind, uh, that was where I thought you was going. Of course, I had to check and see if you meant space in my mind as in empty space where knowledge and wisdom should be. But we clarified that up. You still there, Almighty Knowledge? Where you from, by the way, Almighty Knowledge? Can the space in the mind be measured? Well, I mean, only mind can detect mind. You're not going to be able to measure it with uh, square miles and feet and inches. All right, so you're from Cali, living in Arizona. That's peace. So, uh, well, what part of Cali and what part of Arizona? Okay, Fresno and Phoenix. So I know Fresno. Fresno got some. We got some family out there. I know Powerful is from out there. A couple other brothers, and I know there's some brothers out in Phoenix too. So how long you had the knowledge, and do you know which one? See, now look, for the people that's in the room, right? Have you ever noticed how much easier it is to communicate with brothers, man, when everybody know their lessons? So you had the knowledge going on 4 years. So you've known 120 lessons for 3 years and change there, right? Supreme Islam. Don Bishop. Kareem Wattis. All right, welcome to the channel. Where you from, Kareem? The science, today is the day of princes, right? Today is firstborn prince's degree day. So we always do a little live stream here. Show love to those that gave us a fantastic start. All right, so Kareem is in Michigan. What part of Michigan? My daughter went to Michigan State. So you never got back to me on that almighty knowledge. Or is it that I was correct? Lord Nasir, peace. Okay, you live in Flint. That's where Michigan State is, right? I'm off by a couple thousand miles. The question was, do you know 120? See, almighty knowledge. And what about you, Kareem? You know 120? But almighty knowledge, you know one of the reasons why it's important to know 120? Why do you think it's important to know 120? Or do you think it's just, some old school tradition that us dinosaurs is caught up in? Oh, okay, so Kareem, you're you're a visitor. That's fantastic. Welcome to the channel. you know, hey Kareem, subscribe at your own risk. But you're welcome. But my name's Darkim. This is my channel. You've been warned. Malik Allah. But so Almighty Knowledge said, to be honest, I've studied 120 for 4 years, but I bought it offline, so the lessons don't line up with the guides. So I'm going through my lessons with Quran Allah, so I can make sure I have a tree that others can follow that leads back to the Father. Well, others don't need to follow it. You need to follow it. I'm not sure who Quran Allah is, but peace to the God. Peace to the God. Uh, so, okay, question. When you bought it offline, right? Do you have the red and white book or the black and gold book? Black and yellow. Okay, so you got the black and yellow. I mean, look, that's the red and white is it coincides with what we teach less than the black and yellow, you know. But either way, uh, there's just some things. See, because even when you have the lessons, right, you gotta you gotta know who you are first. You know what I'm saying? Like that's one of the reasons why there's fasting 3 days. There's different things that you study and everything before you even get to the lessons. You see, let's say if you read the lessons, right? If you read the lessons, and we was talking about time and space, right? Let's say you read the lessons, but you existed in the year 1905, right? You might be confused about who's the colored man. And let's face it, in 2024, I mean, they changed the order of it. Colored people of color, right? But depending on the time and space and the cycles that a person be in, they might be confused about who's the colored man. So see, if you don't know who you are, right? And see, that's the thing about 120 lessons. You see, it's also in the Quran. It's also in the Bible, right? It's also in your everyday life, but it's who is God, right? Who is the devil, and what happened when they mix together. That's with all these books. That's why, you know, things that you read in these books is eternally true. Because at the end of the day, that's what it's just telling you. It's telling you, okay, it was this situation right here, right? And this is the way a righteous person handled it. And this is the way they came out. And this is the way an unrighteous person handled it. And this is the way it came out. Like, it's not just about the names of those people or whatever and what happened to them. You know, did it hurt when God smited them? It matters about the principles that they use or didn't use to create the outcome what they brought on themselves. And see, that's why it's important for you to know 120 first, right? To save yourself. You got to be able to recognize these situations. You got to be able to recognize these people. You got to be able to know when it's a righteous person that you can, uh, build with. And you got to know when it's an unrighteous person that you need to stay away from. And then, oh, look at that, yo. I got a thumbs down. Did anybody see that? Can't fuck with the guy, yo. Get thumbs down. Hey, look. That's that superstar shit, son. Allah superstar. But back to what I was saying, right? As you going on, right, and you get into the science of your teachings, right? Key word right there. Your teachings. How you gonna have your teachings? Oh, it mastered Mount Victory, master victory. Yeah, I know who you're talking about now. Yo, see guy. Uh, but how you gonna get your teachings? You see, you can go to the rally and you can listen to the brothers there. You know what I'm saying? You could go on Sunya's channel. You can go see Quran. You can, you can come on my channel. You could go on La Shah channel, right? Yeah, that's him, La Shala. You could go do all of that, right? But how you gonna get your teachings? And you could go do all that stuff, right? You could go all them places and then repeat the stuff that you heard all them people say, and that'll get you fairly far. But you ain't gonna have no teachings because you didn't start from the foundation. You started from my wisdom. You know what I mean? Or whatever person wisdom that whoever's giving you. You see what I'm saying? So now you got the wisdom and the knowledge, like you know who, instead of the knowledge and the wisdom. See, you supposed to be. You got to discover that the word is you. See, that's why it take you 4 years, right? Because you sitting there trying to learn about all this stuff and these people that's in the lessons when you really supposed to be learning about you. You see what I mean? See, you would be much more interested. You learn about these people 2,000 years ago, 5,000, 10,000, how much ever years ago, right? Then yeah, you could easily slip in and slip out of that. You know, but you know, you gotta, be careful. Be careful to live out what you're saying. And by that, what I mean, right, is you said you were studying 120 lessons for 4 years, right? See, there's a difference between studying and reading. There's a difference between studying and memorizing. There's a difference between studying and becoming acquainted with. You said, so I have been studying the culture and the language, but I missed the understanding of myself. And now we're getting back to doing the knowledge on that. That's what I'm saying. You've been reading about us. You haven't really been studying, right? Because here's the thing, right? In the 4 years, what did you get? What did you get from it? See, these are the things. There's some basic things about how we deal with knowledge. See, we draw things up. Define the question more deeply. I mean, what have you gotten from 120 lessons? I mean, like, you know, let's take it to the knowledge degree in the 1 to 10. You know the knowledge degree? Who's the original man? Yeah, what has it taught you? Or what have you taught yourself, right, through studying 120 lessons? You see what I'm saying? Like, see, uh, I never was concerned with uh, what was the outcome of my actions, right? Before I knew I was the father of civilization. Like I just said, I didn't even think about it. See, once I found out that I was God of the universe, then yeah, certain things I never did that again. What did you see in 120, right? That you was like, oh snap, all right, yeah. You know what I mean? Just like, look, you might be looking at a cooking channel and they might use a particular season a particular kind of way, right? And you'd be like, yo, oh yeah, I got that from watching that channel. What you got from studying the lessons. Okay, let me that's maybe that's a little bit hard to handle, right? So let me ask this question, right? Okay, so you said that the foundation of your knowledge begins with you understanding yourself and the relationship of everything in existence and how it can be correlated or brought back to you. I mean, so and and because in the 120 we got degrees, right? So which degree led you to see that, or degrees from knowledge to born back to knowledge? I mean, look, this is what you gotta realize, right? You know, yeah, I've been doing this come up on 4 decades. So a lot of the little, knowledge of born back knowledge and the foundation of all things, existence that leads to. I didn't, I didn't heard that. You said every degree because the way I see it, I look at dealing with relationships. All right, I'm gonna come back out of that rabbit hole. I'm gonna ask this question right here, right? Okay, so in the 4 years that you've been studying 120 lessons, right? Uh, do you have any questions? Shallah, stop it, Shallah. Shallah, stop it. That's why I said, okay, so you said you got mad questions. Okay, so let's go into some of the questions because uh you gotta see, here's the thing. You gotta just give me the answer. Meaning, look, you can't try to tell me what you think I want to hear. Because what ends up happening, right, is you lose focus, and then you end up speaking, and then even you what you mean, you don't end up saying. You see what I'm saying? Like in this right here, you did say that. You know that the knowledge begin with the understanding of self, and it's like, yes, it's the other way. Understanding begins with knowledge of self. Which is probably what you meant, but that's what I'm saying. See, this is what I'm saying. Like I said, look, somebody was doing this 15 years, 20 years, 30 years, whatever, right? 50 years, 60 years, right? They're going to have other things that they've experienced, while having 120 lessons. See, look, the only thing you might have learned so far is that, the black man's Asiatic. I ain't never heard that said before I got the knowledge. You said it doesn't begin with understanding. I'm doing the knowledge to myself, which is bringing about an understanding of who I am. So back to the questions, because see, that's like a generic answer. Like there's no almighty knowledge in that. Like that's an answer, right? We can look. See, you got Shalar, right? This is my big brother. You know what I'm saying? It's other people on here, right? See, when we hear an answer like that, you know what we think? This is somebody that bought 120 lessons online. Like this is not somebody that is dealing with the experience of having the knowledge. See, like you were saying that, yeah, you can get certain things online, right? You can get the words to memorize, and you can pick up on the phrases, right? But you can't have the experience of being this. Like look, it's brothers that exist. I know because I've walked with them where, like, look, to have one conversation with that person, not to read no plus lesson that they wrote, not to see no video that they recorded. to be in a real time conversation with, in the environment, in the time, all of that, man. See, so like you said, right? See, let's say you come back and you say something Quran told you. I already know. I already know that that's where you got it. So uh, now look, the questions are unique. Everybody don't have the same questions. Some of us come into the knowledge, right? It's some things we already know, some things we already studied. So we don't have a question about that, but we might have a question about something else that we have no experience with. So, uh, again, what are some of the questions that you have about 120? My question is, if someone wants to make sure that they are getting the correct information or lesson, how can I use my experience to enlighten others on a similar path? Okay, now, only because it's you, right? Well, not only because it's you, but because it's you, right? I don't know. Are these two different statements? Because you said if someone wants to make sure they are getting the correct lessons, right? How can I use my experience to enlighten others on a similar path to make sure that they are getting the correct knowledge? Okay, well, look, this can be boiled down to one answer, right? You can study your lessons. Because see, you can't save others till you save yourself. First of all, we stop at simplicity, right? But how would you know the person is getting the correct knowledge or not unless you had it? See, when you first asked it, that's why I said, see, that almost sounds like two different questions because you're getting the knowledge yourself. Because when you teach, you can't teach what you don't know. See, I'm telling you, listen. Now, look, I don't know if you see this group of questions right here. You know, how many letters you got in your name? What does your name mean? What is your name born? What's today's supreme mathematics? I mean, yeah, these is the kinds of, like I said, because you got to realize you stepped in the building with the name Almighty Knowledge. Now, your name is your name. I ain't telling you what to name yourself, but I'm just telling you that people going to expect you to live that out. That's just. Hey, look, I just got one thing to ask you a question, right? I got to ask you a question, right? You a black seed, brown seed, or a yellow seed? Black seed. Okay, at least that. If you was a yellow seed named Knowledge, you see, that's the first thing that makes the swords come out. But see, you gotta do the knowledge to that. Like, look, that was one of the reasons I picked the name Darkim. I didn't have the fullest degree of understanding I have now, but I knew that you was gonna have to live that out, and that it was a lot of people out there living it out, to be an example of how you supposed to live it out, as opposed to if I get a name and then I build it into whatever it is. You said I was with you on Show and Prove. I was the knowledge seed next to Paradise Black. Me and you built for 2 hours. Yeah, I do that kind of thing, but look, you came in right under the wire. You know, because I've closed the gates on talking to a lot of people. A lot of people, man. I see, because there's various situations where I've determined, right, that it really ain't no point in talking to you. Like, look, I give you a clue right now, right? I give you a scenario, right? If you calling me because you got a problem, right? That's first of all right there, right? But look, if you calling me because you got a problem, right? And I already know that you calling me because you got a problem. And I know what the problem is. And I know you caused the problem, you brought it on yourself. I'm not going to answer. Because see, if you calling me with a problem and I don't pick up, just be like, yeah, see, you already know. I don't know I don't know how you find out. I don't know how you find out, but he already know. And see, it's some other people, right? Where I gotta tell you too much. Not too much in the terms of too much information, right? But it's like, let's say you get in the car, you get in the car, and look, this is happening to me, right? You get in the car with somebody, right? The person is in the driver's seat, and they ask you which one is the gas and which one is the brake. All right, see, if I gotta explain that to you, I don't want you driving. Like, just forget it. I'm not. I don't want to explain. I don't. If that's too much remediation. You know, I don't like talking for 10 weeks. About shit that's just not rocket science. Where we just can't figure out how to get a square of paper towel off the road. We just can't figure this out. We gotta, hey, look, we gotta adjourn this meeting and come back because I got some stuff I gotta do. I gotta go pick up the kids. But look, we gotta come back next week and see if we can figure out how to get this paper towel off the road. And then there's just certain people, right, where it's like, look, we can remain brothers, but you gotta stop talking. Like when you talk, right, you reveal aspects of yourself. That's like, see, I should have not put you under the pressure, right, of having a conversation with you. So once I put you under the pressure of having a conversation with you, and then made you feel like you had to give an answer or you had to respond or whatever it was, and then you said something that I would rather just know you the way I knew you before you said that. You know, like when social media first came out and you first got exposed to sides of people that you didn't know they was like that. That happens sometimes when I'm just talking to people. But you said you in Phoenix, Arizona. So, is there a particular reason you picked a brother from Master Victory? Why not? Why not somebody in Phoenix, Arizona? Not saying nothing's wrong with building with the God. But see, you still gonna have the issue, right, of you know, just the walking and talking of it. Yeah, right. Born Allah said there's guys in Arizona and they have rallies. Or you don't know any guys in Phoenix and you went to the show and proved to network. But yeah, there's brothers in Phoenix most definitely. You know, even uh, you know, whatever you learn from Quran, you still gotta you gotta apply it, man. You still gotta go out there. You know, you still gotta have some people, right? That every day y'all dealing with today's mathematics. See, because even when you're dealing with your studies, right? You gotta look. It's 24 hours in a day. See, we deal with supreme mathematics, but don't leave out simple arithmetic sometimes. So it's 24 hours in a day, right? So, you know, I don't know if different people got different practices, but let's say you rest 8 hours, right? And let's say you work 8 hours. Now, if you spend the other 8 hours just watching baseball, and I'm saying that wrong watching baseball, but I'm saying if you spend the other 8 hours just watching baseball, you're gonna drift back into being at 85%. It's as simple as that. You gotta spend some time during the day being 5%. I mean, yeah, just we breathing and we walking and we talking, but I'm saying that right now, right? I can say I'm a basketball player, but if you don't never get on the court, you know what I'm saying? You gotta spend some time in the gym making jumpers, man. See, because just like with everything else, right? You walk in a neighborhood, right, and it's certain restaurants. People is eating this food right here, right? You see a long line and shit, and you say, "Yo, let me try that." So see, it's the same thing. If people see, oh snap, yo, these people over here is building, yo, look what these people is doing. I never seen no people do nothing like that. You know, let me ask these people what this is about. You see what I'm saying? That's how you teach, as opposed to you going out there arguing with people, trying to convince people, proselytizing. I don't proselytize. I don't recruit. I don't convert. I don't do none of that. I mean, all my knowledge, look, you gonna get it together. But just stay on that path that you want of walking with God. See, one thing you gotta remember, right, is you gotta communicate with people that don't have this knowledge. Like, see, the vast majority, uh, of these answers that you're giving, right? I understand what you mean, but uh, you know, the people you need to get through to, they don't, some of them don't use this nomenclature. You got to be able to break these concepts down. Like even when you say almighty knowledge, right? So you got to have a word or a short phrase. See, because and look, even when you're talking, right? And probably I need to learn this lesson myself, right? When you're talking, is there's a certain phenomenon of power, right? Uh, if you got an expansion of gases and the space is confined, then it's explosive. But you have that same expansion of gases in a big space, right? Then it's much less impact. So see, if you could tell somebody a phrase, right, and get the whole thing out, see, that's better than you tell a person all this language and then you got to explain the language that the explanation was in. See, when you break something down, you explain something, right? It's supposed to become simpler to understand. See, these are the things that when you buy the lessons online, right? You don't get these other things that go with the lessons. You know what I'm saying? You don't get to uh, walk and talk with people and be exposed to things, right? Because see, look, the longer a person had the knowledge, right, the simpler they speak. Like, see all that, showing and proving the universal constant of the magnetic mind, understanding. So that's the new brothers doing now. that's that's the new brothers doing that, man. And you meet anybody that had the knowledge before like 1971, they don't talk nothing like that. You know what I mean? So it's not funny that you funny. These things is funny because I've had these experiences over time with just saying that, yeah, these is the things that go along with it, that go along. See, because you can have that knowledge, right? But you don't got our principles and our ethics. You're not standing on the shoulders of our experience. You know what I'm saying? The way I'm standing on the shoulders of people experience. 793rd. But where we at out there, we building with almighty knowledge for a minute. Build you for that. This damn near another 2 hours. Almighty knowledge. this is this is damn near another 2 hours. But we got out there. We got it because we already came on late. We already came on late. But we was out. We had we did a little fight up the grill. We fired up the grill earlier over there in the yard, and then my son Prince came to check me, so we maintained with him for a minute, and so that was while we got on. We got to start shifting over to the what's name. If anyone trying to build, let me know. This is the Random Jewels channel. If he ain't trying to, bro, okay, look, chat, let him have it. That's like walking in a casino and saying if anybody trying to gamble. Come on, man. See, that's what I'm saying. Look, that's those are the type of things you learn, man. When you having ciphers, man, with people and you building with people, and see, it's 15 people in the cipher. So see where you might have been building with me, right? And you might have said something, and I might have missed it, but the other 14 brothers ain't gonna miss it. So you learn to be on point. And tomorrow, I don't know. Is anybody going out to Jersey tomorrow to Jersey City? I'm contemplating right now. I'm contemplating. Oh, this is the last one. Did you see? Did you see this comment? Nobody agree with that shit. Yeah, that's like some type of abbreviation there that I can't read. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and wind this one down. You know what I mean? did self-realization. What did I miss, game? Uh, you know, I think we did. You know, I like these ones when we deal with the beginning stuff. I mean, get too caught up. You see, and that's what happens. See, you got some motherfuckers, man, get hold of some high science and forget the basics. Actually, man, he tell you, man, how many people look. The last time we seen them talking regular, right? They had just started studying some new science. Next time you see them, they got on white robes or some shit. You like, yo, what the fuck? Yeah. You get a hold of some high science, and now a motherfucker come telling us about alternative galaxies and all this shit. Like, bro, did you see? So that's why I like dealing with the beginning shit because see, some people don't know that type of stuff. Some people don't know why you supposed to be knowing 120. Some people don't even really know they got it. But see, you ain't gonna find that out till they fall victim, right? And then when they describe it to you, when they explain it to you how and why they fell victim, it's gonna come out that they never knew they what they was talking about when they were saying he was God from the jump. Hey, capes, all types of shit, man. Funny, all types of funny shit. All kinds of jury you see motherfuckers with. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it be, man. They went and studied some high science, right? And lost track. That see, yeah, it said God of the universe, but it said Asiatic black man. You lost track of that. Now you talking about some outer space shit, rubbing together funny materials and shit, talking about you gonna do this and that with it. That's how you get caught up. Yeah, that's why I see, even with a lot, man, deal with the young. I can bomb all these motherfuckers. They can't fuck with me. But what good is it? Deal with the young. But at any rate, uh, like I said, for me, it was a good one. So cipher is a person, place, or thing, and my name points that by Almighty in knowledge, being strength and the foundation. Its meaning is the strength of what I bring into existence from that high essence, which is my seed. Yeah, so you gotta. There's some basic stuff that you gotta, and it's an everyday thing. See, that's what I mean when I say, right, this is the experience. You know what I'm saying? Like a person can't sit down and tell you, you know what I'm saying, 50 years, right, of experience in one day. But you gotta actually walk and talk, and various situations gotta come up, and y'all gotta go places that, spark that memory in a person. Things gotta happen that cause a person to express that principle. You see what I'm saying? So see, like Lord Shala is saying, I need to translate this because, you know, uh, you know, with your name born is it that's a specific science. See, those is all things like see that's what I'm saying. You know, when we could tell you brought the lessons on the online. Cause see, if you walk with a person, right, then they would have told you that specific signs of what it means when somebody asks you what your name was. You know what I mean? In essence, they teaching you the language. You know what I'm saying? Like when somebody say, "What's your physical degree?" That's a specific thing. You know what I mean? If just in general. Right. Now see when I asked you your physical degree, see you answered concisely. See, it wasn't no, well, if you look at it this way, it's this, or if you look at it that way, it's that. Came out concise, wisdom born. But, like I said, uh, stick with the guy. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna get you official. You know what I'm saying? Uh, I mean, the history is the history. You know what I'm saying? That's you know what I'm saying? It's good, bad, ugly, and beautiful. You know what I mean? But it's the history. So, you know, that's just the reality now, right? Is that uh, the internet for a lot of y'all is a blessing, right? Because it's how y'all got exposed to the knowledge, but at the same time, it took you on a detour through the swamp. But see, look, at the end of the day, you can say, man, look, if you show and prove, you show and prove, man. if you went through all that and you came out right and exact, then it was meant for you to find yourself. You know what I'm saying? But that's just But in reality, this is what I would tell you, right? Is that you just now getting the knowledge. Like you heard about us, you know what I'm saying, and you was exposed to us, right? And you know what I'm saying, you was reading whatever you could get your hands on it. But in all reality, you gotta be tagged in, G. You got in the you gotta be tagged in, G. Can't just jump in the range. You know, you gotta be tagged in. But I'm gonna go ahead right now and quit while I'm ahead, because you know how y'all do. Y'all would just keep on putting stuff up there until we on here in the morning. But we're gonna go ahead, sign off and say peace. You know what I mean? Shout out to Almighty Knowledge. You know what I mean? Like I said, man, just keep growing and developing. You know what I'm saying? And just remember a lesson a day, keep the devil away. You know what I mean? By that, what I mean is that you know, it's been some time since the show improved you. Like a lot of things you gotta remember, it's already like the expired 1914. That's 110 years ago. Meaning you got to get on point yesterday, Rick. Robbie. See, because if you read through the lessons, man, and you read where it said they continue daily. So gotta make the effort. See, we can't really help you. We can only help you with the tools that you need to help yourself. Otherwise, we'd just be a nation of ministers. But I'm gonna go ahead, sign off, and say peace, and we will see each other on Monday.